How was it all? Welcome back to Patterson Properties. Hopefully, you guys are having a great day. Today, found out about an eviction ban overturned. Now, before anybody gets excited, I'm gonna go into the whole ruling and all that good stuff, and just go from there, get my perspective, and we'll go from there. Before I do, remember Patterson Properties is all about wholesaling real estate. You buy tax liens, and a lot of times we immediately sell them once we get the tax liens. So if you are an investor or wholesaler, don't forget to contact us. We'd love to connect with you all and go from there, right? Now, with the national slash international pandemic, there has basically, plagued the entire world, if we're going to really and truly be honest about the situation. Um, you know, and if you don't know about the pandemic, it's been about the pandemic of 2020. Now, known as COVID-19, there has been the gift and the curse, like there is with everything, of the federal eviction ban, which has helped struggling families affected by losing their jobs because of the pandemic. And the mortgage forbearance program has allowed homeowners to go a significant amount of time without paying their mortgages. So it's been like in a sense, a win-win situation if you look at it. However, today on Wednesday, May 5th, 2021, aka Feliz Cinco de Mayo, mi gente, a federal judge struck down on Wednesday today the national eviction moratorium, potentially leaving millions of Americans at risk of losing their homes. Now, with the situation, it's the gift and the curse, like I said it earlier, because if the national eviction ban, if lifted there, um, it's going to be unfortunately a lot of people kicked out of their homes, possibly. But fortunately, there are going to be a lot of happy landlords slash tired landlords that will be happy to obtain new tenants with their rental properties, or they just want to get rid of their properties all at the same time. And if the eviction ban is lifted, then this actually may stabilize the housing crazy crisis, as I like to call it, market a little bit, because it may increase the amount of homes that are on the market. Now, I'm going to, quote the article that actually brought this to my attention. Now, will it actually cut down all the cash buyers that we have out here? I doubt that, but it will possibly, especially for first-time home buyers, people who have to, go through the actual home buying process to get for them to get a better chance of getting a property. But you just never know, because the cash buyers are the ones that are winning, and the owners are like, yeah, I'm going with the cash buyer, the person that buy this property so I can get out of the house immediately. But anyways, the article stated that housing advocates have said that the national ban is necessary to basically starve off an unprecedented displacement of Americans, which could worsen the pandemic, just as the country is just turning a corner right now. And that is very interesting. Another aspect that the article stated: property owners have criticized the policy as far as the eviction moratorium, and they say landlords can't afford to continue housing people for free. Now, I personally understand both aspects of this argument, and there isn't much of a win-win situation, especially given the fact that a lot of jobs that were eliminated during 2020 pandemic are never ever coming back, family. Just like a lot of jobs never came back from the 2007 recession. People don't understand that. I know that there has been a lot of rental assistance programs for landlords, which has helped some, but it hasn't helped all. And so it's like I look at it as a 50-50 situation. So a lot of landlords are still spitting in the wind, and then like the fact that they've had people living in their properties basically for free. So a lot of people have been put into some hard turmoil conditions within the last year, and it's there's no win-win. There's not a situation where it's going to make everybody happy, and it never has been and never will be. It's just like in anything else in life. You win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day. All right, and I just leave it at that. The article stated that some 1 in 5 renters across the United States of America are struggling to keep up with their payments amid the pandemic, and states are scrambling to disclose more than 45 billion in rental assistance allocated by Congress. However, one thing to keep in mind here, family, is this. The Department of Justice said that it planned to appeal the ruling that this federal judge has actually put into place. And, it also seeks a stay of, they actually also seek a stay of the decision, meaning that the ban will remain in effect throughout the court battle. So, with that being said, this may be dragged out for some time or for the foreseeable future. Another thing to keep in mind is that the eviction moratorium isn't supposed to end until the end of June 2021. And other states have actually extended their own eviction moratoriums until August. New York State comes to mind because a lot of these states, people are still struggling. I would imagine the state of California is probably going to do the same thing, because I think those are if you think about those, like the two main states in the country where you see people fleeing, you see, unfortunately, a lot of poverty going up and things of that nature. And it's just something to take into consideration. You know what I mean? So I could just see states, because they have the power to do that. They don't have to wait on the federal government. They can say, hey, we're going to extend this eviction moratorium. But then it goes to show, like, hey, well, why would anybody want to stay? It's been a year now, so a lot of landlords don't have to. That's another thing to keep in mind. It's been over a year since this pandemic started, so a lot of landlords don't have to, quote unquote. We're living in a time now. A lot of landlords don't have to keep the tenants that are in the property if the actual. And I'm not a lawyer here, but I would imagine if the contract is done in regards to the actual lease, if it's done for the property, and the landlord does not want to renew, in most states, that I would imagine I know that landlords have the right to say, okay, well, I don't want this tenant in my house anymore. The lease is up, so you got to go. You know what I mean? So I'm not evicting you. I'm just in the sense, I'm not renewing the lease. But I'd have to read into the eviction moratorium much more so, because I'm like, if the lease is up, then I don't see a legal right for anybody to be able to stay in the house. They give them a significant amount of time to move out of the house and go from there. But I know the court systems are backed up tremendously, and they're still playing. They've always been backed up before the freaking pandemic. So I just imagine that it's just quadrupled more so on this. So it's a very interesting time when it comes to real estate. Very crazy time when it comes to real estate. But I will leave it at that. All right. Do great 3 free things, family. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. And I'll see you guys later. Take care.